All right, so for your drawing, when you're looking up your image and things like that, I found a really basic image just to make the demo go faster. While this is somewhat acceptable, I hope that you push yourself a little bit more than this. One thing that you want to think about is when you're looking for your image of what to draw is that you will be painting this with a color scheme in mind. So for example, if you're doing a primary color scheme, you have, I'll do this a little bit bigger. You would have red, yellow, and blue. So you'd be painting something red, something yellow, something blue. And that's fine. And you have enough spaces to do that. Like this could be red, that could be yellow, that could be blue, and you could mix it up from there. But you also want to think about the fact that for each color, you are going to provide a tint and a shade for each of those. So a tint of red, like pink, and a shade of red, like maroon for each. So you're dealing with a total of 3 colors and 6 values. So if you can come up with in your drawing how you're going to fit all of that in, then you're fine. And it could be an issue of, all right, so I'm going to paint this red and I'm going to have this side be a darker red and then this side be a lighter red, and then it's going to show the red in here. So that way it shows that value change maybe. So you could do it that way, just as long as you can kind of justify that part of it. So the first thing that you're going to get is a 6 by 6 inch piece of paper. And for your drawing, when you're drawing this, you want to be aware of negative to positive space. So for example, you don't want to draw it like that, where you have all of this negative space on the other side. You want to have it be very balanced and big enough. So when you're working on your drawing, so I'm going to erase that. So when I'm working on my drawing, I'm going to look at, okay, the top is the head here and the bottom is the bottom of the feet. So I need the top to be here and then the bottom of the feet to reach down there. That's how big my penguin needs to be. So I'm going to do the body first. So I'll bring that up here. Then I got this kind of wing. Thing here. So you're drawing freehand on your square paper. I'm going to get the feet in. Okay. This almost makes it to that bottom point. Okay, pretty close. Then I have the tummy. And then with doing the nose is overlapping, so I'm going to erase that part of the body. And then how the eyes are colored in, instead of doing that, I'm going to actually have them be circles that are not colored in, because all of that's going to get filled in with paint. Okay. So once you have your image figured out, and if you want to get that checked by me, you know, by all means, if once you have the pencil drawing done, come and show me, so that way it, you know, I could give that approval of, yeah, you have it the right size and all of that kind of stuff. From there, you're going to grab a marker and you're going to trace all of your lines. Again, you're not coloring anything in or shading anything. The only purpose for tracing it with marker is so that way you can see it on the back. Because then you're going to take one of the B pencils. So this is a 6B pencil. So 4B, 2B, 8B, any of those will work. They're in the white bin back here. You're going to use heavy pressure and retrace your drawing. So I'm pressing very hard. I'm going back over the lines repeatedly. All right, so now I have my graphite, and it's really important that you are using a dark pencil, because then you take your 12 by 12 inch paper, which is in the back here, and with the marker side up, you're gonna put it in the top left corner, line it up, and holding it with your non-dominant hand, you are going to retrace using the 6B pencil, using heavy pressure and tracing everything all over again, but now on the marker side. And if you remember the graphite that you guys had from your Dark and Enchanted project, a lot of you guys realized that the graphite would come off on your hands, or it would, you know, smudge off easily, because graphite is transferable. So what happens when there's pressure placed on, when the bottom is graphite, and I'm going to also draw out that line and that line, it transfers on. Now you might have little light points that maybe didn't transfer, and you can kind of touch those up a little bit, but you don't want dark lines or anything like that. Then, because you did graphite on this side, you can transfer it again, because you want fresh graphite every time. If I just transferred this over here, because it already laid it down here, I would need to retrace this over again. So you just did it here, so then you're going to flip this like that, and you're going to do the same thing over again. You just got to make sure that you're stabilizing with your hand. And then I'm just going to draw my line. So then I have it transferred there. And then you're just going to keep flipping it. So then he'll be upside down. I'll do the same thing, and then I'll flip it this way. So then you have a mirror image going all the way across. Once you finish this step, then their next step would be that you would be ready to paint it. So so what you're focusing on again is picking out your image, freehand drawing your image with pencil, get it approved by me, outline in Sharpie, turn it over, trace with heavy pressure with a B pencil, and then start transferring to your larger 12 by 12 paper. Okay?